Oh, I just got a message from my darling Reese. Good morning, whenever Reese texts me that he's heading home, I like the message in 0.1 of a second because I'm already on my phone. And I said to him the other day, like, does it weird you out that when you text me saying you're coming home, like there's not even a split second, like there's not a nanosecond between me liking that message. Like I'm just sitting on my phone like this, like waiting for him to message me. Of course he doesn't think that, but anyway, hello, good morning. I thought I would just show my face on here, prove to you that I am alive and well because it's been a while. That's how I start every one of these videos. I don't actually feel like doing my makeup, but I want to do like a chatty get ready with me. No, I want to do a chatty. I don't want to do a get ready with me. I want to talk, but I don't want to do anything. But that's so boring to watch. So I'm going to do my makeup regardless. I might actually keep these on so it'll pull my hair out of my face. How has everyone been? How are y'all? I know this makes no sense. Graceful efforts. Couldn't tell you what that means. I found it online. Such a cute jumper. So like 90s vibes. I had to get it. And I'm cold, so I'm wearing an unrelated jumper underneath, which is kind of killing the vibe. It is what it is. And I'm also listening to something on the side because, to be honest, I'm actually watching a Crash Bandicoot speedrun. That's like my kind of my thing at the moment. Whenever I'm working, whatever I'm doing, I have that on my other screen. It just tickles that part of my brain. Got one eye this way, one eye that way, and I feel like I can stay focused if I've got lots of things going on at once. Yes, I do have an appointment to see if I have ADHD. I do have that coming up. I'm so sick of using this foundation. It's my favorite one at the moment, but it's all I've been using. What am I gonna use? You know what I did use the other day? I used the Fenty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I'm gonna try 9 just because I've got a fake tan. Let's see. You know the number one makeup product I don't like applying, which may shock you, is actually mascara. Because I take so much time doing it and making sure it's exactly how I like it, it just takes so damn long. So I feel like doing my whole face and just skipping my mascara, but that won't look nice. So let's just give this a shot. So how is everyone? What has everyone been up to? Look, honestly, it's kind of just the same old. Life's good, life's chill. And I've been able to talk about in these videos, like in my mind, I'm like, wow, I haven't been on here for ages. Like I've got to do this big in-depth update, but it's like when you see an old friend that you haven't seen in a while, and like obviously stuff changes and happens in your life, but it's not to the point where, you know, there's so many little things that happen and I'm just like, I don't know, I just hate having to start from scratch. I mean, like I get so few views on YouTube now because I hardly ever upload. I feel like most of the people that follow me closely enough to watch a YouTube video will probably follow me on Instagram and see all the updates there anyway. So we're going into the cooler weather over here in Australia. We had like, basically it was about a year, almost a year, without any rain at all, which is really unheard of, especially in the region that I live in. Like that's one of the things I was looking forward to about living down here, is that it's colder more often, it rains more often. We had like a full-on drought and all the trees were dying. All the people that live on water tanks like we do were running out. We had to get it topped up like numerous times. That's definitely something I don't like about living here, having to rely on water from a tank rather than like town water. I mean, there are so many other amazing things about living here, but I don't like that at all. It just freaks me out. It makes me super aware of the state of our world. I just think, oh my god, what if these droughts kept on happening? Which apparently they're meant to. Like I read an article about how the southwest of Australia is going to be like the most affected by climate change because we rely on like cold fronts and stuff to bring us rain, and those cold fronts, they're becoming less and less frequent of greenhouse gases and stuff. Anyway, what if this keeps happening? We're just going to run out of water. Like guys who do the water cartage thing, who deliver water to the people that live rurally when they run out, they said they were working like non-stop, 12-hour days, 7 days a week. At one point there was a 3-week wait for water and we were almost out. We were having like tiny showers, like trickling the taps when we had to rinse something. Oh, so scary. So I really hope this year was just one of those like one-offs, but I don't think it's gonna be. So we've bought some extra water tanks that we can use for the garden. I don't know, we'll see. This is quite nice actually. It's quite a nice combination. That is the Milk Makeup Sunshine Under Eye Tint in the shade 1. We've just bought some recycled red bricks, which we're waiting to have delivered. We're gonna make some paths and then we're gonna add some grass to the other side of our house, which is currently just red dirt, which I'm so sick of seeing. So sick of looking at that red, ugly dirt. Because it also like gets really dusty and gets all over the outdoor furniture, and like in the house. And anyway, so Reese will lay that. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice. I just, like, every time I walk outside in this house, I'm like, oh, do we really live here? Like, this is just so stunning. Reese and I would love to eventually buy an investment property. And like, Reese has always wanted to renovate houses. It's what he did when he was younger for his own family. Like, they did a lot of that kind of stuff, and he's so good at it, but it's just a matter of getting the time. And also obviously money, like it costs a lot to, especially now in this economy, Jesus. But yeah, we'd love to do that, and we know the area that we would love to do it in too. But again, everything's just so expensive. But it's hard because it's like, it's not going to go down anytime soon. It's not like everything's gonna, it might like stop creeping up and going so much higher, but I don't think it's going to go down. It might a little bit. It might a little bit. Interest rates and everything are so high at the moment to curb inflation and to stop people from spending all their money, but they're still spending their money. Like, it hasn't stopped people from buying houses. If anything, it's made it almost like more urgent for a lot of people. This is definitely not the right kind of foundation to be powdering. It just doesn't really, I don't know. I feel like it looks a lot nicer when it's untouched but left natural, but I just don't like that feeling. Oh, Reese just got home. Also, I think I've stuffed up because the concealer and the powder ended up being like a little bit more high coverage than the foundation, which is a weird combination. I feel like it's weird to have heavier makeup here and then lighter here. If anything, it would be more flattering the opposite way, but it's just the way it is. I'm going to use the Hourglass, which one is it? Ethereal Glow, I believe it's called. Yes, this one. Blush. I feel like this is going to look nice with foundation because it's a little bit more natural. I got up at 5 a.m. this morning to do a workout at 6 a.m. Unheard of. Unheard of. Unheard of. I documented all of my stories. It's like I landed on the moon. Like, it was that much of an accomplishment for me because I normally do not wake up that early, and I will normally miss out on a workout because there aren't any other classes that I wanted to do today. So this is Diffused Heat, just to add a bit more colour to my cheeks. There aren't any classes I wanted to do today, but I wanted to do that one. And it was only available in the very early morning or in the afternoon. And I don't like working out in the afternoon. As soon as I can sense dinner is closing in, I'm like, nope, my brain switches off. All right, we've got the Hourglass incandescent strobe light with it got stuck in my drawer. So it was being like pushed up against my drawer, and now that's the shape. So it actually works kind of well though. It kind of fits nicely to the shape of my face. That blush really helped tie all that in together, I think. Okay, brows. I'm gonna use, I've got blonde, brown and taupe here. Of course, Lounge Face. I'm gonna do taupe. Am I? Actually, I'm gonna not do that at all. The other day I was filming like an instructional video for Lounge Face and for the brow products. I need to zoom you in more, I'm too far away. I just used the brow builder on its own. And I'm like, I don't know why I don't do this more often. It's really, like, I always think because my brows aren't as full, like on these ends, that I need to use the brow pencil as well, but I really don't. So here's the brow builder. I might use a little bit of the brow pencil to like carve a bit of an arch. Actually, I might do that now because the brow builder doesn't do that. That's like not its main function. It's more for like filling in and fluffing up. So this bit here, that part of my brow is always sparse. So I'm just gonna fill that in before I start adding, and then I might just do a little bit on the tail there as well. Okay, let's try it now. I'm also using, of course, taupe. I'm waiting for some lip liner samples. I've been using them in like all of my content, these lip liner samples, but I requested that they sent me some like the same kind of shades, but I wanted a different formula. I wanted to see what the formula would be like if it was a little bit softer and creamier. So they've sent that, and then also one of the lip liner shades is beautiful, but it's a little bit, it only suits me if I really use a light hand, and I don't want to have to do that. Like, I want to be able to use my normal pressure when applying it so that, you know, it's just easier to use that way. Yeah, I definitely need to do this more often. Like, how nice does that look? It doesn't always have to be so structured. It's like a soft medium hold. No, I'd say it's more of a medium hold. If you really need them to be slicked down, you're going with the clear brow gel. That looks pretty damn good. Guys, should I just skip mascara? I can't be bothered. There's actually something else I'm waiting on. So that's the current mascara packaging. This is the new packaging. Stunning. It's actually meant to be like lime green, but fun fact, neon colors are really hard to use with cosmetics packaging because sometimes the neon pigment can like leach into the formula. So this is as close as we can get to that kind of bright color, Mia's barking, without actually making it neon. So yeah, can't wait. This should be ready within like a week, not a week, maybe a couple of weeks, a few weeks. I'm gonna add some of the highlight I used on my cheeks, on my eyes. This doesn't really do a whole lot, it just lightens it ever so slightly. It doesn't look too shimmery. I've got the Lounge Face eyelash curler. I feel like I came on here to give all these updates and I haven't really given any. What do you want to chat about? It's hard because I feel like I get everything off my chest on my Instagram stories. Like I talk about everything as it comes up. I'm probably just going to do upper mascara today. I don't feel like doing both. I don't even feel like doing this mascara. I know I'll be happy once I do. Oh my god, she's still barking. You know how I mentioned we were getting papers delivered? That's what she's barking at. They've just come and delivered them. Ah, yes. Thanks, babes. Alright. Love you, bye. Oh, here's an exciting update that I haven't shared anyway yet. Lounge Face is getting closer and closer to shipping out of the US. So soon Lounge Face will have a separate US website and you guys will no longer have to pay as much as you're paying for shipping and you get it like super quickly rather than having to wait weeks. That's so exciting. There are so many 3PL companies, which are like companies that you store your products with and then they ship them out for you. There's so many of them, but universally every single business person that I've spoken to have said they're all like really terrible. Like they're notoriously bad. And so I was like, well, I don't want to have to deal with that kind of nightmare, but I can't keep shipping out of Australia forever. So we're working on that because through another project, which I'll talk about when it's happened, I met, like someone messaged me on TikTok, a woman, and I get a lot of cold call emails and messages and stuff, and normally I disregard most of them. This one actually stood out to me because it was to do with selling in America in a roundabout way. Again, I'll explain it later. And I was like, okay, so I had a call with the founders and I just had a really good feeling. It was a really exciting call. It sounded like a good thing, like a smart move. And so through them, basically, I've been introduced to a 3PL provider that they've used. And one of the founders had like a big kind of cosmetic company brand thing that he's now exited out of. And so he's had experience with dealing with that before, which is really, really like the best thing you can do is have word of mouth recommendations with this kind of thing. And he spoke of them pretty well. And so that's a huge thing that I no longer have to think about. I'm really excited. And I'm excited for my American followers because it's like, you guys have been so patient and some of you have been, like, I just love that you've been so supportive even though, you know, the shipping isn't exactly cheap, but I just appreciate your support regardless. I don't know why this is taking so long to focus. I think this camera is just getting really old. That is shockingly slow to focus. I've just got these new shipping boxes. As I said, we've got the eyelash curler, which is a really big box compared to all the other smaller boxes. And this is a new mascara packaging. Like, look how good they look together. Such a massive change from the old packaging. I needed new shipping boxes to fit this eyelash curler box in because the other boxes were all too low. So we've got that now, these nice plain boxes. I'm going to take out the big box, Lounge Face up the top there, which I love that it's just really simple. And the best part is that it's self-adhesive. It has like a self-adhesive strip which just sticks on like that, which is just so much better than what it was before. But those are currently being manufactured, if not probably nearly done. And once they're ready, I can launch the newer version of the website. Once I've done that, I can start doing paid ads for Lounge Face, which I haven't done any paid ads. I think we did one round, like a tiny budget when I very, very first launched. But everything, the success of Lounge Face has been purely organic, which is wild so far. It's gonna go nuts when I start like actually putting money into it, but I've just been waiting because I needed to make sure the website was like actually optimized for ads, and it hasn't been. It's a long story. Anyway, for lip liner, I'm gonna use this Anastasia Belly lip liner in Muted Mauve. I saw someone on TikTok talk about this. I do like it, but it's a bit, I don't know, it's not the perfect shade for me. It's a little bit too pink for my lips, but it's one of those things where you see a lip liner perfectly suit someone else online and you're like, oh my god, that'll suit me too, right? And then it kind of, but not really. No, it is a bit pinky. Next time I need to plan ahead with these videos and do like a question box on Instagram or something so you can ask me questions so I'm not just trying to think of things to say. Okay, lipstick. Okay, I've got these Mecca Max Pout Pop lipsticks. This one's in Top Down. I did some TikToks on these recently. This one's in Glazed. And Glazed is better for, it's like kind of a cool tone nude. Sheer. It's sheer, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, there's Top Down, which again is actually kind of cool toned. Maybe that's a theme that's happening with me recently. So I'm realizing cool tone lipsticks are more suited to my lips, which I think they are because my lips are kind of like purple and that is like more a cool tone. I want to try top down. Yeah, I do not like that lip liner. It looks orange on me, which is crazy because the girl that I saw it on TikTok, she had like purple lips too. Well, they looked purple. I don't know if they actually were. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay, that lip liner underneath does not work. I just feel bad because I keep using Lounge Face samples and they're obviously not ready yet. It's annoying when you can't buy something that you like. Anyway, that's how the makeup's looking, guys. I feel like that was either a really boring video or I'm just being over critical of myself. I do a lot of reels and stuff now, like a lot of TikToks. Do beauty stuff, really short, sharp and sweet. That's probably why it's harder for me to get onto YouTube because it's like I'm not used to, I was so used to doing long form content and then that became like outdated and now I like doing short form content. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any like video recommendations or anything you'd like me to film, please let me know. I feel like this was kind of a random video, but I just didn't want, I could just see the tumbleweeds forming on my YouTube channel. No, they've already formed. There's already quite a few of them, but they were like gaining in momentum and quantity. And I had to put an end to it, or at least remove some of the tumbleweeds and like dust off some of the spider webs. Actually, I don't remove spider webs. I leave spider webs where they are because spiders deserve to have their little web and to catch bugs. I'm dusting off the mantelpiece. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye guys.